Hi, my name's Betty, and a couple months ago I bought a Wreck This journal. This is what mine looks like at this current moment. And I love it. This thing is a blast, and since I like watching videos of people wreck their journals, I thought I would do videos on mine. But as you can tell, I've already started it, so this one is just going to be a video of me kind of showing you what I've already done, and then I will do other videos of me continuing to wreck my journal. So obviously on the outside I flung nail polish all over it, and the spine is all cracked, and some of the nail polish got on the back of it, and I've kind of colored the sides blue and green because those are my favorite colors. Yeah, plus there was pages inside that told me to do that. So this is my cover page. I have totally doodled all over it using watercolors. There's lipstick, balloons, cupcakes, flowers, a little One Direction logo, Hello Kitty, and it says love. Because who doesn't love love? And then I've doodled on this page and this page, which are like copyright pages and stuff. And I'm not going to show you the bottom of this because it's got my address, but it tells you to write your name and address and stuff in all different ways. And then I drew flowers all around the sides. So yeah, and then the instruction pages, and here is the materials needed page. I kind of drew all the little things that I said I would need all up in there. So then the first page that's like an actual page that I did was the one that says to add your own page numbers, and I went with watercolors and painted all kinds of numbers. The next two pages I did was one that says crack the spine, and I wrote cracked and attempted to make cracks on the page, but they don't really look like cracks. And then this one said leave this page blank on purpose. I said, no, fool, you can't tell me what to do. No. And I love the way coffee smells, and I randomly sniff this page all the time because it smells like coffee, and my mom thinks I'm psycho. But, you know. And it is the pour, spill, drip, spit, fling your coffee here. And I tried to be a little more artistic with it. I drew a coffee pot and, like, spilt coffee here. And then I put coffee grinds on it. And then on the page next to it, I wrote all different terms for coffee. And then used a little paintbrush with my coffee. And drew little hearts with coffee on this page. So here is my coffee page. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the next page I did was the poke holes here with pencils. I did poke holes, but then like around the circles of the holes, I kind of just like drew and colored. And this really reminds me of Dr. Seuss. I used highlighters. And it makes me think of the next page I did was to draw thin lines and fat lines, pressing really hard through pencil. And I originally drew them with a pencil, but then I went over with watercolor. And I'm obsessed with all things British. I don't know why. So I painted the British flag over here and then put this little saying. If I had a British accent, I'd never shut up. Which, I kind of never shut up as it is, but if I had a British accent, I would even more never shut up. It was color this entire page, and I drew a picture of the singer Mika with candy all around him and a rainbow. And I even, like, the things that are white in here, I even colored with a white crayon, so I did color the whole page. If you don't know who Mika is, he's a British singer, and I drew him because I'm gonna go see him in concert with my friends. 25 days, 3 hours, 5 minutes, and however many seconds till I see Mika's beautiful face singing to me. Not necessarily to me, but I can pretend, right? So another page I did was scratch using a sharp object. Now this was harder than it looks. Now, I was trying to do a feather, my mom thought it was a leaf, and my dad thought it was a branch from a Christmas tree. But I scratched it. One said to tear strips and rip it up. Now it was a blank page with like little dotted lines to show you where to tear. So I teared them, but before I tore them up, I teared them. Oh my gosh, I can't even speak proper English. But before I did, I drew like little designs on them. And then the next page under, oh snap, it said to glue the pages together. But before I did, I like painted little lines on them because you could obviously see the page. Oh yeah. Now the next page I did was kind of one of those really gross pages. It's called tongue painting. Yeah, and it wanted you to use candy, But I didn't really have candy, so it was my mom's birthday. We had birthday cake. I ate some icing and then licked a little smiley face. And then I painted some little cakes and stuff. That's not with my tongue, obviously. I can't paint like that with my tongue. I can paint like this with my tongue. And it was write one word over and over. And I chose the word family because my family is very important to me. So, if you can tell, I wrote family so many times. And then drew little hearts. And I glued in a really old picture of me and my family. I'm this little kid right here. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, I think. Now this page was a test page for paints or pens or whatever. And the day I bought this, I bought a set of watercolors, so I used it to test all my watercolors, but obviously something on the next page leaked through. I guess we'll find out what that is in a second. Oh, and it was the drip something here, close it and make a picture page. And this is nail polish, some of my favorite colors. And the cool thing is, down at the bottom, it actually looks like it made little smiley faces. My book is happy. The next page I completed was the collect stamps here. Now that is a lot of stamps, but I did it. I kind of cheated. We already had a thing full of stamps because my sister used to collect stamps. Ew, that one looks like a zombie. This one was one of my favorites to do. It was to trace the things in your bag or your pockets and let the lines overlap. So I traced them and then I colored them to look like the things in my bag. Only there's like so much more stuff in my purse that wouldn't fit on these pages. But, you know, I got a house key, baby lips, Orbit, a hairbrush, blush, hairspray, my iPod, makeup, and more makeup. So, yeah. Why do I keep doing that? It's not like you guys want to see my tongue or anything. And now this is the page that told me to doodle all over, like the cover page and the instructions and everything like that. But my niece has kind of painted on it with me, though. But this was pretty much just like a checklist. But I couldn't just leave the page blank, so this next page was to cut through several layers, which I did like little fringes on several layers and colored it with highlighter. To infuse it with your favorite scent or a scent of your choice. And I sprayed it with my Taylor Swift perfume, like a bunch. But then I painted the bottle, but I used all nail polish to do this, even like the black. So it took me some time. But it's all nail polish. So the page smells like Taylor Swift and a nail salon. And this one was literally one of the first pages I did, and it was color outside the lines, and it just had the circle and the words. And I painted the ocean, beautiful, with a sunset. And this page was to close your eyes and connect to the dots from memory. I kind of missed this one, but I did. And this one I wrote all these quotes from Ed Sheeran. And I don't have nice handwriting as it is, so this pretty much almost looks just like my handwriting, except like whatever the heck that is. But then I drew Ed. So I will have to say that using my non-dominant hand, that turned out pretty darn good. Page was to draw a non-stop line. I can't tell you where the line ends. I don't remember. But it took a long time. And I painted a little picture of myself with watercolors. And I have all these different thought bubbles coming out, showing you things I typically think about on a daily basis. Which is my family's camp, Ocean City, because that's where we're going in a couple months, my friends and my family. I have music, so I have like Ed Sheeran and One Direction, and I obviously like a lot of other ones, but, and then like all the websites I like, so YouTube, Facebook, and Tumblr. So there is what goes on in the mind of me. Oh, this one was another one that was pretty fun, and it was to sleep with the journal and describe the experience. So I painted a picture of me sleeping with crazy hair. My bed's over there. My phone is ringing. And I painted the night sky, and it says, let me read you my little description. On the night of 2/3/13, before I went to sleep, I put this book under my pillow. It was just like any other night. However, one side of my pillow felt harder than the other. And tried to cut out different W's. And what made this so hard is you can't just use little tiny ones like in the stories because they're too little to put in here. And it's really hard to find like headlines or like the first word of a paragraph that they'll make bigger that starts with a W. So I literally went through like a whole box of magazines. Good thing I was a pack rat with magazines and kept them. Now they're all in the garbage because I chopped them all up. So that is everything I've done in my Reckless Journal so far.